My name is Carol Duffus. I'm an academic advisor here in CNSM at Cal State Long Beach. Critical thinking to me means going a little bit deeper. It's kind of going in a few layers deep. When we are given information, it's easy to kind of take things at face value, but critical thinking is kind of diving in like beneath the skin to really kind of, to kind of see what the real truth is about something. I apply critical thinking in the workplace in a lot of different ways. The big thing in the workplace, critical thinking comes into play when you're problem solving, I think, is that when you have a situation, something that's new, something that's particularly challenging, that's when critical thinking skills really come into play. So a lot of times when you need to solve problems, like I said, you can't just take information that you see at face value. Sometimes you have to dig a little bit deeper. So that means you might have to get different perspectives. You have to talk and collaborate with your coworkers. You may have to do some research, whether it's reviewing emails or looking up, searching things online and things like that, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's just, and then kind of looking at the situation from different perspectives to see what is the best way to solve the problem.
Okay.
All critical thinking skills. Well, it kind of depends on what you're looking for. Like, let's say if I'm going to do a presentation, maybe about a different technique for advising, you definitely want to make sure that that's a scholarly peer-reviewed source. So for things like that, you can search there's Google Scholar, so you can kind of filter it so it's just peer-reviewed. Also, our library here, which I also have access to, also has a lot of great resources that are good scholarly peer-reviewed. But also even for things like if you're trying to follow in the news and really figure out what's going on in the world and just kind of being an informed citizen. You also want to be really careful with things that you read, especially with the internet.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything you read on the internet or Facebook. So I tend to try to stick with resources that are established, so they've been here for a while, and are considered reputable sources. Also try to look at sources that might be a little bit more bipartisan, or don't really take a particular side on the issue as well. So all important things to consider when trying to be informed. I think personally, when it comes to critical thinking, it really has to do a lot with problem solving. So I think the easiest way is when you have a challenging situation and you're kind of trying to work through it, the first thing to do is just kind of look at it from different angles. Who's involved in it, and how does it look from different perspectives, and kind of go from there. And like I said, it's not just looking at the information that you have, but where else can I get more information about this? Is it something can I research? Is it something that I can talk to other people about? Because that's how you're kind of gain a more in-depth perspective, I guess, on the situation at hand. So just don't take things at face value. Ask questions, do your research, and take it from different angles.
Critical thinking means going beneath the surface of information and not taking it at a face value. It is used in the workplace to solve problems. Applying critical thinking involves getting different perspectives and doing research in order to solve the problem. Not taking things at face value, asking questions, doing research, and getting different perspectives are all important aspects of critical thinking.